Welcome back to Game On, and we continue to, enjoy the company of both Mark Haskins and Jerry Skosana in starting off 2026 here on Game On. And of course, the talking point has been Bafana Bafana and the performances out at the AFCON. Now we shift focus a bit, stay with Bafana, but more so talk Hugo Broos. Tough couple of weeks in South Africa before leaving for the African Cup of Nations, and some rather interesting press conferences out in Morocco where he may have divided opinion as well, but also we have to look at the overall performance, squad selection, and your guys' rating of Hugo Broos going into this tournament. His second AFCON with Bafana Bafana. Mark?
But again, like I say, I'm his biggest fan. And so I have no issues with Coach Hugo and the choices he makes. I think a lot of people have short-term memories. When we look at Bafana Bafana, just go 2 years ago, during his tenure, we were happy to just qualify for tournaments. Now all of a sudden we're disappointed that we lost.
We lost 16, yeah.
Exactly, and we literally, I don't want to say we overachieved, but getting to the bronze medal last time out, no one gave us a chance of almost getting out the group.
Yeah, I was amongst those.
We went all the way to get the bronze medal. Now all of a sudden there's this expectation we must go there and win it, as if we're playing against mannequins. There's opposition out there, there's other teams with quality, and so I know this was very experimental as well for Coach Hugo Broos, because there's a lot of players that are inexperienced. And so it's a lot different to the last time out. And so I have no issues with Coach Hugo. Continue the good work you're doing, Madala. I'm your biggest fan.
Now, many players, Jerry, during their first AFCON, the likes of Bogazi, got big moments for them, or Remy, big moments for them as well. Relay, you mentioned a little bit earlier. Maybe a little less experience than the last AFCON, when you've got the likes of Kekana as well. As Remy, you've got experience on the Champions League stage for many years. And you can see the Sundowns' influence in the last AFCON. Your thoughts on the squads, the youthfulness of the squad, and maybe slight inexperience compared to last time?
For me, I'll just take you back 1996 when we won the AFCON. And then you look at that team. Most of the players there were locally based.
Yes, sir.
Talking of Mark Fish, the late Shoes Musheo, the late Phil Masinga, Sean Bartlett, Mark Williams, Eric Tinkler. You talk about players that made a mark in terms of how they played. And all of them went overseas. That was like the talking point of saying, we've got quality in South Africa that can compete overseas. And exactly what Mark is saying, this is where Hugo Broos is going back to. Look at our team, basically now. You're only looking at Ngezana, Lyle Foster. I think these are the only two that are based overseas. But we're playing quality team.
As well.
Look, yes, Nkota as well for now. But for me, still a little boy, short space of time. But his mentality is still with us here in South Africa. Yes, gone to a Arab League. But let's look at a team like that you spoke about, Cameroon. The quality they've got there. And hence, we don't compliment what Hugo Broos is doing. Mbogazi now has got a contract in like USA. Most of the players are being like washed on because of what he's doing to these youngsters. And this is basically that we as South Africans, I always have a problem personally. We're saying we are like Brazilians. But how many Brazilians are more popular and more productive in football compared to us? We always want to say, we want to play, show me your number, Spy2 and Shibobo, and then we're happy with that. But when the results are not coming, we start criticizing. So that's something which we really need to change from in terms of how we approach football as South Africa.
Quickly now, gents, in criticizing, I want to get the one player that seems to have divided opinion a lot is Lyle Foster. 2 goals, 2 assists, and for me, impressive AFCON. Put up a fight and also had an effect. But some aren't happy with Lyle Foster. You guys are in the business of football. You've played football. You were a goal scorer of note. You played in that position. Your thoughts on Foster?
It's so unfortunate. Because for me, he's Lyle Foster that plays for Burnley in the EPL. People expectations are too high. He's also a human being. He's inside the field of play. He's not going to get it easy against the people that he played against, those that knows him overseas. But for me, I would give him 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10
very
for
quickly, Steven Pienaar. was heavily criticized when he played for Bafana Bafana. The reality is we can't criticize those that are playing at a high level. We need to get more players playing at that level.
It is a team sport after all.
When he comes back from Europe, he's playing with a different breed of footballer, different quality of footballer. And so we need to get that right.
Now, I'll tell you what we have gotten right here on Game On. We are sponsored, of course, by Hollywood Bets, and they keep getting it right in giving back to the beautifully South African game, whether it be in the men's game, the female game, or at grassroots level. Let's marvel at the work they continue to do.
The game of football is often used as a vehicle of change in the rural and urban areas in South Africa, but more so the latter, when many people struggle to make ends meet. In Limpopo, and with the help of Hollywood Bets, the Kgosi Kgabo Cup is making an impact for all the right reasons.
When we thought of bringing people together, raising funds for the students who can register for themselves because of the poor backgrounds in their households, we thought of engaging everybody. Then we knew that sports can unite people. Now the reason why we are doing it is we want to see all the learners who would have passed matric in the previous year to go to school and further their studies. That is why this tournament.
While such tournaments can be very competitive, the organizers call for the event to be played in the right manner, with the spirit of participation and Ubuntu taking center stage.
We want to inculcate the spirit of participation, that even if the team can't win, but as long as the team participates, that spirit of participating, loving your own country, that is what we want to see happening. That all the boys who are growing up and the girls who are growing up should know that playing football or playing netball is what is needed in our area.
After many intense matches, it was Dinaledi Development ladies who were crowned as champions, a feat they were extremely proud of.
I'm so happy because the girls, they really fight today. They give all out since the beginning of this tournament. I want to thank Kgosi Kgabo for giving those ladies the opportunity to show up their talent. It was really a tough game since the beginning of the game, but they give all their all.
The men's final was won by Sibusi Arsenal, and their chairman was at a loss of words as they conquered all before them. It was a close game as they took down Babina Noko, with Sibusi Arsenal having too much in the tank.
The game was very difficult. We tried our best, and luckily we are here. We managed to win it. To be honest with you, I'm more than happy. This cup means a lot to me. I'm extremely happy.
Thank you, Hollywood Bets. As you can see that these people are coming in numbers. Even yesterday when it was raining, people came because they love this. But we are saying, Hollywood Bet, come again. Let's join hands and develop this place. So that after developing it, we say, yes, as Hollywood Bets, we helped this area or this country of Batalwa, this nation of Batalwa, to be where it is. But so after 4 or 5 years, it won't be as it is.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to join us here on Game On, and it's been fun talking Bafana Bafana, looking back at a AFCON where there could be some important lessons learned ahead of the bigger picture. Keep in mind there is a World Cup to look forward to for Hugo Broos and Bafana Bafana, hopefully Hugo Broos around at that time, and Bafana Bafana come the end of the season. So this AFCON maybe gave us the right preparations for then. So we hope you've enjoyed the return of Sizwe Mabena, Mark Cassins, and me, Sizwe Mabena, in the return of Game On for the first time in 2026 from us and the rest of the team that is behind the scenes. Until next week, click, click, bang.